Hi, it's Colin Smith here from PhotoshopCAFE, and I'm at Photo Video West with my good friend Scott Robert. Hey man, good to see you again.
Hey, I'm doing good. Thanks for having me on.
And he is the man behind the tiny triggers.
Ooh, tiny triggers.
So tell me about your tiny triggers and flashes and crazy contraptions that you've got.
All right, I'm all about small, portable light, but getting big results out of it. And so I created these manual triggers, tiny triggers, that just are strictly manual. They don't control your light or anything like that, but they just fire off a flash. But I've created an entire system on how to calculate your flash with simple manual flashes so you can get your exposure basically in one shot. And that's the reason why people like freak out about manual, is that a lot of times they can figure out how to do it in manual, but they don't know how to arrive at that setting efficiently, like within one or two shots. And so I pull everything together so you can shoot extremely close to where you want to get, either in one or two shots, real fast, and I'm going to save you a bunch of money at the same time.
Yeah, your stuff is ridiculously insane. I mean, I'm looking at this kit here, and I mean, this is like one of these Joe McNally kind of things, and like, it's like less than I paid for one flash. I mean, what's going on here?
Yeah, I mean, okay, so basically, you can get like a package of 3 flashes and all the triggers that go with it, and a learning guide on how to use it for $595, which is cheaper than, you know, one flash in any other system. And so then with multiple flashes, you can really shape your light and do some real creative lighting with it. And that's what I'm about, is kind of learning how to extend your vision with more light. If you've got one flash, you're very limited in the type of photography you can do. But the more flashes that you have, the more you can create what you want to create, what your mind says you want to do.
When you're watching, in case you don't realize, he's not just a guy selling lights and flashes. He is a world-renowned photographer, fantastic photographer, won a number of awards, and you travel all over the world teaching and training people how to shoot, how to do light. You're sponsored by Sony as well. You do stuff with them. This is his work on a backdrop here, just gorgeous work. So if people want to go check out your work, where would they go to see it?
Just go to scottrobertphotography.com, and everything is there. My world tour is there. My products are there. I blog, like, well, I should blog more, but it's there. And my portfolio. So just one site, you got it all.
All right, awesome. So Scott Robert, people, I'm Colin Smith from PhotoshopCAFE, and we are at Photo Video West. Here with Carly right now. How you doing?
Good. How are you? Thank you.
So, what do you got here? These Gorilla Pods are cool.
Yeah, so these are the Joby Gorilla Pods. This is our grip-tight Gorilla Pod stand, and the great thing about this is it actually will hold your cell phone. It extends to hold different sizes. The nice thing about that is cell phones don't have a tripod mount, so you can't just connect it to your tripod. So this will hold your cell phone as well as your point-and-shoot camera. The Gorilla Pod is a bendable tripod, so it's flexible and will allow you to wrap it around things when shooting. So if you're shooting video or still photography where you want to put on a timer, or you want to just hold your directions in your car, the Gorilla Pod is a great tool to make it accessible for that. We also have the bigger ones as well. These are your DSLR zoom tripod holds. Removable plates here. Once again, can wrap around items. Very flexible, very sturdy. Gives you a lot of options, and we have magnetic feet as well. Depending on where you're working, where you're shooting, you're able to have different versatility with that.
That's awesome. So it's magnetic, so I can stick it to my fridge?
Exactly. If your fridge is magnetic, you can stick it to your fridge.
Awesome. Well, thank you. Have a good show, and good talking to you.
Thanks, Colin. You too.
I'm here with Lee Cozy. How you doing, Lee?
I'm doing great. How are you doing, Colin?
Even though I'm talking like Yogi Bear, I'm doing great.
I didn't have the problems you said I'd have.
My voice is still intact.
That's because they did new microphones today. They put headset mics on. Yesterday we had lav mics dangling down here.
Yeah, I was lucky. I wasn't afflicted by that crappy mic.
That's why I sound like Rod Stewart and you don't.
Exactly.
So anyway, I love this piece you did here of Gandalf, man. This is beautiful. And, when I first saw it, I was like, wow, that's amazing. Almost looks like a watercolor, but it's not, is it?
No, actually, this is one I did using oil paint, but I painted it using watercolor techniques.
It's a beautiful piece. It's one of your new... I guess there's no new piece from you because you're always working on like 5 at once, aren't you?
Pretty much. Like I think I've got... at home, in my home office, I've got an easel with about 3 or 4 pieces on it, or 3 or 4 easels, I should say, with various pieces at different stages of completion for various clients. I've got an art table with a project on it, and then, of course, there's the computer with a countless number of projects in progress for various clients. So the blessing and the curse of being a freelancer.
That's awesome, man. I know how you are. You're always working, but you love it. I mean, you wouldn't have it any other way, would you?
Oh, no, I actually love it. Unless, of course, somebody wants to offer me, like, a crap ton of money and say, here's a crap ton of money, sit there and draw for us all day.
But you'd still draw.
I would still go home at night and draw, which is, what I used to do anyway, so no matter what.
So anyway, so you're like total Star Wars. I mean, look at you, the 501st, you've got this, your T-shirt. You designed it, didn't you?
Yeah, it's one of the pieces I did for Lucasfilm.
Can you, maybe show that off?
There you go.
My friends think I'm a god, and I do remember that with the Ewoks.
Yeah, it was actually a lot of fun to work on. It was a T-shirt that evidently the company that made it didn't actually advertise it, so they sold like 6 online, and then they canceled the project, so I have...
So you have like 200 T-shirts?
No, I have 2 of the 6 shirts they actually produced. They only made 6 of them. So I'm trying to actually, because it's such a popular design, like everybody online, it's actually kind of a viral meme now. But so a lot of people have taken it and used it for other purposes. So we're actually working with Lucasfilm, possibly redesigning it and doing another T-shirt through a company that will actually market it this time.
Awesome. That's great, man. So if people want to see, you are obviously you paint, you draw, you digitally paint and draw, and naturally paint and draw. So if people want to see your work, where do they go?
They go to my website, cozy.com, KOHSE.com. And then if you want to see my smart-ass sense of humor, you can go to kindergoth.com and check out my webcomic, and that's just Kindergoth. And
you also, that's where you publish all your comic books, right?
Yeah, we actually do. My comic books for Kindergoth are available through kindergoth.com as well.
So it's good to see you again. And it's all mine. And Colin Smith here from PhotoshopCAFE at Photo Video West.
Take care.
Right now I'm with the guys from Groove Gear. We've got Jeff and Jay. What do you guys got here? This is cool stuff, man. I love these carts and stuff. I mean, this thing caught my attention. I mean, look at this thing. It's great. So tell us about it.
Yeah, sure. We manufacture and design these utility carts. We got a few models here. The one that Colin was showing you was the Mover 6, which is actually a 6-wheeler cart. It's folded up right now into a tabletop position. We got this accessory called a flight top that you can fasten onto the cart and have a workstation for your gear. We also got this top-of-the-line V-Cart Solo here, and Jeff is going to show you a demo. Right now it's in the tilted mode. It's great for carrying gear and saving your back. It shows you how it folds down pretty quickly. This thing holds 500 pounds of gear. Very compact, fits in your front seat or a small car. You can see that it folds open into a flat bed cart as well. And a 2-wheel dolly. So very, very practical for all sorts of moving. And we've got another model here called the Solo Light, which has all the same features pretty much except for the tilted mode. So it opens up in a flat mode right here. This one carries 250 pounds in a 15-pound cart. There you go. Just lock the handle knobs down, and you got your gear loaded up all the way, and it's great for moving all sorts of photo equipment and cases and such. Thanks, Colin.
That's awesome. So you guys are the inventors and the brainchild behind all these. You guys. So where'd you get the idea for creating these cool contraptions?
Well, originally I'm actually a musician. I'm a bass player, and gigging in LA and Long Beach and such, I had to carry my heavy equipment. So the V-Cart Solo was the answer to that. I couldn't find anything in the market that could carry that type of gear that I have that's still compact and go around tables and in restaurants and bars and such. So this is the first product we really launched in 2010. And fast forward 3 years later, we got all these products and accessories. Mover 6 is coming out in June. We were actually back ordered and out of stock for a little while, but it's going to be in stock again in June.
Awesome. So if people want to find out more about you, where do they find it?
Yeah, just go to groovegear.com. It's GRUVGEAR.com.
Awesome. Have a great show, guys. Thanks. Hey, it's Colin Smith here from PhotoshopCAFE, and we're at Photo Video West right now, and I'm with Jeff here from Video Gear. Hey, Jeff, how you doing?
Good, man. How are you, Colin? We wanted to thank Fast Forward Events for taking over the show this year and putting on a great event. We're looking forward to you guys growing the show in the future. Thank you.
Awesome, and you guys get like some really wickedly cool gear here. Why don't you talk us about it a little bit?
Sure, yeah. So we're featuring at the show's event the DC slider from Matthews. Mark's here. He is the technical guy at the shop who checks out most of the rentals. This is a high-performance slider. It can be configured in multiple ways. It can also be a jib arm. Right now he's got it in slider mode. You can do it as a tower, as an angle. It's got all the lockdowns. All the corporate video guys, this is a great piece to take out on a shoot. 1 or 2 man crew, kind of roll in, roll out. You can put the tripod on wheels, and most importantly, your clients are going to really look at you as if you know what the hell you're doing. So now let's go over here to the FS700 from Sony. Only camera in the market right now in its class. They can shoot slow-mo, high speed, shoot slow-mo, 240 frames per second. This camera, it's an interchangeable lens camera system. It's professional market at a very reasonable price points, about $8,000 for the body. Can do some of the same things that a red camera can do. Again, I was saying it shoots 240 frames per second. Coming out in the future, there's a 4K upgrade, so it's a little bit future-proof. One of the concerns everybody has with electronics these days is that you buy the camera and 6 months later it's obsolete because some new camera came out.
Right. So they're doing like firmware updates to stuff. That's pretty cool.
So yeah, there's an upgrade coming out for 4K right now. On the side, there's going to be a spot for a hard drive to shoot 4K.
So you guys here at Video Gear, what do you do?
So we're here, San Diego location. Been around for 8 years. We rent and sell equipment. That's what most people know of us as. We also consult in studio design, smaller projects, not necessarily TV stations, but any guy that's looking to put a video production studio in their home or business. We also do training and education, seminars and such.
That's great, man. How long have you been in business again?
For 8 years here in San Diego.
And so if people want to find more about you, where would they go?
They can go to our website at www.video-gear.com. Check out our blog.
That's awesome. So there's a lot of cool gear here, and as you can see, it's like candy for all the videographers and photographers at the shows. This is fun. I love this. I want one of these, the DC slider, the Matthews DC slider. That's cool. I'm with a couple of old friends here, Monet and Matt. How you guys doing?
Pretty good. Good to see you, Colin.
So I know these guys from back in the day when they were with Nick, and now they've started something brand new called Bunga Bites. Tell me, Monet, what is Bunga Bites?
Well, Bunga Bites is a unique buying experience for the photographers out there. We really don't want anyone to pay retail anymore. So for an affordable cost of $99 a year, we can stop you ever having to pay retail for any of your products out there, to include workshops, tours, classes, printing. Just a great buying experience and community that we think is going to change the way the photography industry moves forward.
So tell me, how did you guys get started doing this?
Well, after working with Nick and being in the industry for several years, we saw a void in the market, and after buying lots of camera equipment, I said, how can we do this cheaper? How can we provide a value to the photographer? So one day we said, let's make a run at it, and it's been a great response. We think it's a great idea, and that's kind of how it got going. Now we're off and running.
So how does this work? Like, say, I wanted to be a member, so I join up, and then I get to save money on gear?
Absolutely. So what you do is you join BungaBites.com, which is a nice little thing right here. You go ahead and see our website. And you would click on the membership button. As you see, we're fashioned very much like an iPad. And it's a $99 membership. You'd pay for that. And right after that, you're able to access our membership pricing. On each of our pages, you'll see a nice little blue button that says click to see member price. And you'll be able to see the savings you have. Additionally, a nice thing that we're doing is we allow you to promote yourself as a photographer. We have profile pages, much like Facebook, and when people search for, say, a wedding photographer in San Diego, your profile will pop up. So this could also help increase your business and visibility to the market.
So you guys are just launching, this is your first show, right? This is the kickoff.
This is our big kickoff, and in every person's life, you have to take a big shot, and this is our big shot. Hopefully you guys will all be out there to help support us.
What's the URL again?
www.bungabites.com. That's BONGOBYTES.com.
All right, so this is Colin Smith at Photoshop Cafe at Photo Video West. I'm at the Undefined booth here with Hansi. How you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing great. So you got all these incredibly cool, fashionable bags. These are not boring, ugly camera bags. I mean, you wouldn't even know you have a camera in there. It's so cool.
It's part of the purpose. You don't want to advertise that you have all this equipment on you, do you?
So tell me, what apart from looking good and matching your dress perfectly, what do these bags do?
Well, these bags are very versatile. They're undefined, so you define what you want it to do. Our covers are interchangeable, so you can match your outfit for that day or, quickly change them out from the back. Put on a new cover and you have almost like a new bag.
That's awesome.
You open it up. All of our covers come with a microfiber lens cloth on one side. You can easily wipe up your lenses and without scratching them or anything. You can open up the bag. It was designed for shooting in mind. So you can flip open the lid, reach in, grab your gear quickly, easily, without worrying about scratching it on the zipper or anything. You can hold up to 5 lenses, camera body in this one. Holds a 13-inch laptop. Let's say you decide you don't want to carry all your gear that day. You can pull the insert out, and it becomes just a regular camera or laptop messenger bag. There's lots of little features that makes it really versatile. An iPad holder in the front, little compartments to hold pens and business cards. Also on the bottom are detachable tripod straps. You can put your tripod there, your yoga mat, whatever you want to use your bag for. The back of the bag also has a strap that you can put straight onto the back of your carry-on luggage or a think tank. Wheel it around like that. It also comes with a built-in rain jacket. Now, we don't need that in Southern California, but I hear in other parts of the country it rains a lot. So all this in one bag, you can just...
That's awesome. You want to know something crazy? We're going to be giving one of these away.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. And what did they have to do to win?
Oh, you'll have to check on Facebook. We'll let you know.
Okay. All right. Sounds good.
So you've also got this other thing, fish bombs.
We do. Let me show you our fish bombs. You can attach your fish bomb to your bag. You can attach it to your belt loop. It loops inside itself as well. So you can kind of attach it to anything you want to. It's an accessories pouch. I am always leaving my lens cap.
You know how many lens caps I've lost? Just this alone will pay for itself, immediately.
I know. And I'm not a fan of the dangling leash on my lens caps.
Yeah, it doesn't work. I tried it. Didn't work.
Yeah, I leave mine everywhere. So you can put your lens caps in here, your lens filters. There's room for CF cards. I've put chapstick in here. Small children, no.
But hopefully you don't put the chapstick in at the same time as your filters.
Well, no, absolutely not. But, one on one side, because it's dual-sided, see?
Ah, clever.
Yeah, exactly.
And so if people want to find out about this Undefined, where you define it yourself, where do people find out about you?
Well, they just go to www.undefined.com.
Awesome. Thank you.
The future future. In the future.
Right now I'm with Dave Maynard, fantastic photographer. Hey man, how's it going?
It's going very well. Been a great show.
And you've been busy shooting the entire time?
The entire show, yeah. It's been a lot of fun. We had a great model in. I got to use the Nissan flashes out on location. All of the flash bender stuff, showing people how to do some really cool modification and diffusion. And people seem to love it as much as I do, so it's very cool.
So you're here with the Rogue stuff. You want to show us what you got here?
This is their new line. Just grab this. This is their new XL. It's one of my favorite pieces. This thing rocks. It basically turns your speed light into like a lot larger light, like you'd have in the studio. It's such a large source. If you take this, mount it to your standard speed lights, I typically mount it backwards because it is a big boy. You reach this around, you can form and emulate an entirely long list of different light sources like this. All right? I can do a baseball glove towards my subject. And with a high ceiling like this where you wouldn't be able to bounce, throws it right in. It's a nice draping light. You can do little strip light emulation. I think the release of their new diffusion panel has helped them out a lot. You can actually make a little softbox. You take the Velcro to the sides here, lock it up onto the unit, lock it like that, and then you flip this top over and you snap this together, and basically with the band underneath here, you've created a softbox. The light that it produces is surprisingly large. I mean, everybody knows the whole first rule of light: the larger the light source, the softer the light. Not only does it make it considerably larger than you'd normally get with a speed light, but it diffuses it at the same time. So it'll give you the equivalent of a studio 2-3 foot softbox easily out on location, but it packs flat. So yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, I use it in my daily work, all my commercial work on location. It's pretty good, even in bikini work out on the beach.
So I understand you were doing a bikini shoot the other night.
I did, yeah. We took advantage of some of the beautiful beaches around here. I mean, San Diego's got some gorgeous beaches and gorgeous models. So we took advantage of that, nailed down some very good bikini work. And that was a great way to lead into the 2-day show here.
So if people want to check out some of your work, which I've seen your work, it's amazing, where can they go to see it?
You can go to dmaynardphotography.com. And there's a couple other websites out there from different companies that feature a lot of the galleries as well.
And they want to find out more about Rogue and Expo Imaging, where would they go?
Expoimaging.net or expodisc.com. The Rogue products definitely are worth looking into, so if you want to research that, that's where to go. Another thing to mention for you is the flashes that I'm into now. Love these guys. It's a company called Nissan. They make some really, really potent flashes now. And you know me, right? You know my style. I'll go out onto the beach with the sun beating down on us, right? I had a tendency to overheat a lot of my flashes. Their new system, their 8000, it's their extreme. It's called the MG 8000. This thing's got a vented head system. So you can do it like 1,000 full power pops with this thing. Even with the sun beating down on it, it won't thermal on you. It won't take a break. I can get my work done. It's pretty neat, man. That's definitely worth checking out. And if you look, in this day and age, it's actually kind of cool to see this. Everything's gone color LCD, right? I mean, our iPhones tilt with us and rotate with us. The units that Nissan make, not only does the color LCD shift when you go vertical on camera, but all of the controls shift as well. It's just right there at your fingertips. Very cool feature.
That is cool. Just that alone makes me want it. Well, thanks for your time. I appreciate it, man. This is great. It's been great hanging out with you once again. I mean, we've known each other a few years now, and and I guess we'll see you at the next show pretty soon.
Awesome, man. I'm looking forward to it. I had a great time here in San Diego. The people here are very welcoming and very art-minded, so it's a nice place.
I agree. It's a great community. I love it. I love it here, too. So this is Colin Smith at Photoshop Cafe at Photo Video West in beautiful San Diego.
I've been hating and demonstrating. In the future, no one waits.
I'm here with the one, the only, Ivan from Topaz Labs. Have you ever been to a show in the last year? You would know who Ivan is. Hey, man.
How you doing, Colin? Thanks so much.
So Topaz, man, what are you guys doing?
Topaz Labs is a family of plugins designed for Photoshop, but we made it work everywhere for you. All your favorite editors, Lightroom, Aperture, whatever you got going on, working everywhere. Fixing problems with overexposure, underexposure, doing HDR from a single shot, or even fixing problems that are done with normal HDR, noise reduction, masking, and more. Even fixing blur. It's crazy. You're going to love it.
So you got like a really crazy pricing structure on these too, don't you?
They are oddly affordable. I mean, the fact is, when we're at a show, obviously we have the aggressive show prices. But even when you're, offline or online, I should say, they end up being about $50 a piece. Really amazingly affordable for the science you're getting behind all that.
And they're great filters. In fact, we got some people at the cafe who are like huge Topaz fans, use your stuff all the time.
Highly addictive. I mean, you love it.
All right. Thanks, Ivan. Right now I'm here with Ruben from Stella. Hey man, how you doing?
Pretty good. It's a great show today. We brought all of our lights here to show. We have many different lights, ring lights, we have bicolor lights, we have Skype lights, we have big fluorescent banks. I want to especially emphasize this new Lotus light.
We just got one of these. We're looking forward to using it.
This is a 3.5 pound light with 7,500 lumens. It's 5,500 Kelvin daylight. It's dimmable. It's portable. Comes with its own case. This is one of the best lights I ever made.
All right. And right now we're using one of your lights right now on the camera. What do we got there?
Well, that's 300 HD that you're using, and it's the strongest in its class. It has 300 LEDs, plus it has a little bit of red added onto it for skin tones. I specially added that. And not to mention this one. This is a new ring light that we made. We made it so you could put another light at the bottom to kick under a hat. It mounts on any size lens. Also, it goes up on itself. It has a hot shoe on top.
So you got quite innovative with all these different lights. You've got all the cool stuff that everybody's looking for. These nice cold lights. You've got LEDs and fluoros. I mean, this is the way to go now. They don't use a lot of power, do they?
No. They're very efficient. They're daylight balanced. 5 years ago, if you wanted to buy a HMI, you'd have to spend $5,000-$7,000 to buy a HMI light. But now for a few $100, you can get a LED, you can get a fluorescent, very efficient. We have a lot of different solutions for almost any application, from big movies to laptops. I do my best. This is Webstar 1. This particular model sold to the government of France, 7,000 pieces last year. Our ring light, this is the #1 beauty light in America, 2 years running. It's a bestseller, dimmable. Many photographers work with this and write articles on this and do workshops with this.
So if people want to know more about you, more about your lights, and they want to go online and order somewhere, would they go?
Yeah, they go to stellarlightingsystems.com, and see all of our products.
Awesome. Thank you.